Hi guys. I've been recovering up and down all week. The cold that started earlier this week on Monday, um, or it was Monday or two, yeah, Monday, I guess, kind of reared its ugly head again yesterday. So I've just been taking care of myself and I feel fine. It's just annoying and a little exhausting. But other than that, I'm okay. A couple of because I people have asked me. Sorry, that's why I brought that up first thing. I was asked about it. I was emailed and somebody direct messaged me on Instagram and asked me about it. Yeah, I'm fine. Um, just a little under the weather. It's nothing serious. It's nothing to worry about. We all get bugs every now and then. I'm drinking my honey lemon water. Could be worse. There we go. So some of the things I want to bring up really fast before we get into the energies. I did restock the one question readings. Those readings, they're only $30 for one question. It's a 10-minute video and you can get a quick answer because I usually get them sent out within a week or it's like 7 to 10 days, right? So if you need a quick answer, inexpensive, don't use those on like what's my love life for the rest of the year or what's this or use these for things that you need like this is not for long term, right? This is right now really quick answer kind of thing. So just want to let you guys know that those are restocked. There's only like 10 of them that I've got open right now because I'm limiting my energy. But I want to let you guys know those are restocked. Don't forget to sign up for the meditation on Sunday. I know I really haven't we had the 11/11 and then we had the Taurus full moon. So I haven't really been saying a lot about this one on Sunday. But this one's going to be really cool because we're going to be focusing on our throat chakras and our heart chakras and how they work together and opening them up so that you can speak your truth from a heart-centered place and know that you're in alignment with speaking your truth. Also, I'm going to teach you guys kind of it's not really fast, but like if you want to send loving energy if you want to send energy like to a loved one or something like that, I'm going to teach you guys how to do that, where you can do it like in a quick little meditation too on Sunday. So if you've ever wondered, like I have a family member who's sick or they're not feeling very well or they're sad about something or I just want to send love to someone, how do I do that? I'm going to show you guys how to do that on Sunday. So yeah, I should have made a bigger deal about it because it's going to be really cool and really fun. But if you want to register for that meditation on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, the information is in the description box. Sagittarius birthday specials. It's time for your birthday special, Sagittarius. And I offer 1 hour readings for $100 and 30 minutes for $50. And that's a really big discount off of the reading. So take advantage of your birthday special. It will last until the end of December. But if you want to get the reading around your birthday, I suggest that you order it like a week to 2 weeks before your actual birthday. That's why I start these really early, because usually I'm booked out and I want you guys to be able to order it and get it in for your birthday. So if you want to get the reading for your birthday. I think that's it. I do have regular readings available also, 30-minute readings. I'm not offering the 1 hour unless it's an emergency or it's the birthday special. So 30-minute readings, those if you're, you just need to get a reading from me. I do have some openings, not this coming week, but like it's like a week and a half from now. So if you need a reading, now's the time to do it. Yesterday was weird because I almost felt like it was energetic hangover recovery day for me yesterday. Because on Wednesday was really hard. I did that really, really quick, like 9-minute video in the morning. I literally was blindsided by people that were upset with me, and I had absolutely no idea that they had been holding on to this anger. Like I had no idea. And I was blindsided by it, and it was very strange. So it was very strange. And it was like, had I known that it was such a big deal before, like, I feel like I would have been able to, it could have been fixed. Like, it didn't have to get, but that energy on Wednesday, and this was the energy that was the sun sextile Pluto, and like, we were really having to look at things that need to be changed. It felt very pressurized. It felt like everything was in a pressure. And this was also happening yesterday to a lot of people too. Several people texted me yesterday and they're like, what's with this fuckery that's going on right now? And I'm like, seriously. Venus was square Neptune yesterday. And so insecurities are coming out really, really big, in like a really big way. But anyways, yeah, so I was blindsided, and definitely there was like a way that I could have fixed it. I was in the wrong but I was in the wrong, like totally was in the wrong. But the thing, it's the way that it was presented. Like, it wasn't the communication was really bad around the whole thing. And so I didn't even realize. So I feel like this energy is just convoluting everything right now. If you have, and like, my advice right now is, if you have insecurities about yourself, or if you're upset with somebody, or the feelings of anger or sadness or confusion or like, whatever it is that's going, don't hide that shit. Like, I'm going to be real about it. Don't hold that stuff in, because what you're really doing is, like, as you hold that negative space or that negative energy within you, it's like festering. It's like bubbling up and like making things worse. And every time you're triggered and you don't let it go, or you don't realize that you need, something needs to come out of it. When you're triggered by the thing, it's just going to get worse. And it's going to get so big within you that it will explode, or it'll turn into cancer. One of the two, right? Like, I know people that can hold a grudge like nobody's business. And I look at them and I'm like, you need to release that shit, because you're going to get sick. Like, you will die holding on to that grudge. But that's the thing is, sometimes people don't realize how upset you really are, because you're not telling them. You are not making it known. It's like you want them to read your mind, and you want them to just realize what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, make sure that you're not putting expectations on somebody that they don't realize that you have those expectations on them. And if you do have a certain expectation of somebody, and you're able to tell them of that and be like, this is what I sort of expected from you, but if that's not, like, don't just leave it open-ended and say that everything's okay and then run away. That's this kind of energy is going to bring stuff out. Like, it is revealing. Scorpio season is revealing. It is revealing how you really feel about people, how you really feel about situations. And also, if you're in the wrong, don't pretend that you're not in the wrong. Like, this is what this energy is doing. It's making people show, like, and I even said it maybe the second day of Scorpio season. I was like, this season is going to show you how how you really feel about certain things. This season is going to show you your emotions, whether you like it or not. It's going to show you the real you. So don't hide it. Like, you can't stuff it down and pretend that everything's okay, and then explode several months down the road when, a couple months ago you said it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Right? So the very exposing nature, I feel like I just lectured you guys, like, don't do it. But see, here, that's the thing is, we don't realize that we're doing it. We're very unaware of it until somebody makes us aware of it, or we make ourselves aware of it, right? That's what being conscious is all about. When you're woke, when you're awake, you are consciously aware of the expectations that you're putting on other people, but you're not telling them that you have these expectations. You know what I mean? It's like, you have to be aware of what you're doing too. It's not always the other person 100% of the time, right? And when you get upset and angry, you have to ask yourself, why am I angry about this? Is this because they really truly didn't stand up to their end of the bargain? Or is it because I had expectations of a certain thing and I didn't let them know about it, and so they didn't even have an opportunity to stand up to it, right? Do you see what I'm? Anyways, I hope that made sense. I hope. But that was sort of what I was called to talk about today, because placing expectations on anything, and even on yourself, placing expectations on yourself, I 100% will tell you that when you place expectations on yourself or anybody else, you will be disappointed every single time, because things aren't going to turn out the way that you want them to. And sometimes things have to come within the manner that they're supposed to be coming in. And sometimes you don't get to have a say in that. I mean, that's what life is. And people will be like, but that's not fair. This is my life. Well, it's everybody's life. It's not just your life. If it was just your life, then you would be alone, like in this world, and doing everything on your own. I don't know. It's a very confusing time. So to try and make your life a little less confusing, just be very upfront and honest, and allow yourself to be real. If it feels uncomfortable for you to say something to somebody because you're afraid of how they're going to react to you, that means you're actually that's a truth. You're speaking your truth, right? But your fear, that's like a toxic relationship with people. Your fear of saying something to somebody, right? That fear of it is making you uncomfortable. So what is it about that person that makes you so uncomfortable? Is it that they don't really listen to you? You're afraid of how they're going to react to your truth? If that's the case, then they're not really there for you anyways. If you speak your truth and that person disrespects the truth that you spoke, they're not really your person. They're not a person that should be in your life. Do you see what I'm saying there? And I did want to mention that the moon is in Cancer, just moved into Cancer. And it will be, with it being in Cancer and trining the sun, and we'll be trining Mercury. And this weekend is going to be a time for you to really do a lot of self-care. And self-care is not just about taking a bath or getting your hair done or getting your nails done. I mean, that's wonderful. And I hope that you do that for yourself, buy yourself flowers, whatever you do to self-care and the external, but also internal self-care. Being really kind to yourself during this transformative time, because the moon being in a water sign, like remember when the moon was in Pisces? Seriously, when the moon was in Pisces, it was like a swamp on top of a swamp. So now that the moon is in Cancer, we have water on top of water again. So don't force it. Don't force things to be different than they're supposed to be. You know what? It's so funny because with these cards here, I literally want to say things are going to change and transform in front of you, whether you're confused about it or not. Like if you're confused about a situation and you're not really sure how to get through it or how to move around it, it's going to shift. That situation is going to either right itself or shift in another way. It's nothing stands still. Everything is temporary. Nothing stands still. So instead of you being so confused about all the stuff in front of you, allow the things to shift around you. So I have the 4 of Cups, Death, and the 7 of Cups. And these 3 up here are really making me feel like whether you do anything about this current situation that's confusing or not, whether you actually do anything about it or you just leave it be, it's going to transform and evolve on its own. It's going to shift and turn. So whatever the situation it is right now, and this could legit at this point be anything. I feel like it's emotionally charged with the Cups cards up here, but this Scorpio season, something is transitioning within you. I feel like this is very internal, but it's about an external situation. And it's allowing you this weekend, starting today and through this weekend, is an opportunity for you to just let it be. Let it happen. And with the Uranus and the moon in Uranus, I believe they're sextiling later tonight. It'll be like 6 p.m. Eastern time or something like that. That's what I read. That's going to give you an opportunity to try something new. And I don't want you to get yourself, like, if you decide you're like, oh man, I really want to go out, or I really, like, you get this like sudden urge to go hang out with your friends, or, you know, go do something that like all day long you didn't feel like being around anybody, and then all of a sudden that could be an urge that you do that. I want you to do it based on how you're feeling and not based on the stuff that's going on in your life. Why does that sound weird? Okay, so if you've decided, like you decided right now, it's 11:30 in the morning. If you decided right now, I am not doing anything all weekend, I am staying in. And then it hits later on tonight and you're like, oh man, I really want to go out. But I already told everybody that I wasn't going to go out, or I'm having an argument with this person and I know that person's going to be there, or this, you know, like, if you get an urge or a nudge to do something, I want you to do that for yourself, minus the anxiety, minus the confusion, minus all of this Neptunian energy that's making you feel like insecure about yourself. Because this weekend is an opportunity for you to start that inner dialogue and make it better. That's self-care. That is self-care 101, is the inner dialogue. Every time you lie to yourself and you tell yourself that you're not good enough in some way, or there's a reason why somebody doesn't like you, or you have an interaction with somebody and they make you feel smaller, and so then you start telling yourself that you are what they feel like you are, right? When every single time you lie to yourself in that way, your vibration lowers. But every time you lift yourself up, even if you don't believe it right at first, hold on a second, I'm about ready to like have this coughing fit. Even if you don't believe it, when you tell yourself, I am good enough, I'm really strong, I'm really balanced, I'm really amazing, I can do anything, and I don't need to prove myself that I can do anything, it raises your vibration. Every time you take yourself outside of the box and you do something that makes you feel happy or brings you joy, being around friends, it raises your vibration. And that's sort of a challenge for this weekend, because raising your vibration is self-care. And this is like, and it's like all around the self-care weekend, right? If you need to self-care by laying on the couch and binge watching Netflix, that's perfectly fine. But while you're doing it, if you are doing the negative self-talk, I should be doing this, I'm so lazy, I'm this, because you're sitting there and trying to self-care, but the inner dialogue is not self-care, you're defeating what you're really doing is just being a blob that doesn't like themselves very much. So whatever it is that you decide to do externally for self-care, whether that's hanging out with people, binge watching Netflix, or taking a bath, or going to get your hair done, going to have a spa day, whatever it is that's an external self-care, I want the internal self-care to be just as potent for you, because I feel like that's going to make a really big difference in this energy right now. Stop fighting. No, you're done fighting. That's what this is. This Nine of Wands on the Four of Cups. The reason why you have pulled yourself away from things is because you don't want to argue. Oh man. And see, here's the thing. Wednesday was the worst. Wednesday was like, I was triggered more on Wednesday than I have been in months. Like, I've been so aligned within myself, but there's, you know, sometimes there's just that certain situation that brings up that, you know, and I'm human after all, right? So I was very, very much triggered on Wednesday. And you know, this is exactly how I felt about the whole, like, yesterday. There were a lot of people that were triggered yesterday. A lot of people were triggered yesterday. So that's what is happening. And because you're just done with the fight, you don't want to do the fighting anymore, which is perfectly fine. Like, I always tell people, the only way that you're going to be able to 100% remove your energy from the situation and feel better about it is if you don't engage. You know what I mean? Because, like, any kind of back and forth with anybody, you know, you don't want to fight anymore. So the Death card, let's see. Yeah. And here's the thing is a lot of this is karmic activity. It's so funny because this Scorpio season, I've realized that one of the things that happens to me in Mercury retrograde is I do end up getting into an argument with somebody that ends up making me feel like I'm not a good person, which in fact, I mean, I know that I'm a good person. I know that I live my life in such a way to not hurt people. Like, that is not my intention ever. It never has been it's very hard for me to be a mean, bad person. It's very difficult. It's possible, but it's difficult. Okay. Cause I've always feel so bad. Like, if I'm ever mean, if I say something mean to somebody, I'm usually very quick to apologize because I can't, but, I've learned that, people are they trigger me. And that's one of the lessons that I have to learn, is to really make sure that I stay, very grounded with who I am. Right. And I feel like that's what's happening with this energy for all of us. This Scorpio season, is making us recognize that there's a pattern that we go through, and maybe it's every Mercury retrograde, maybe it's every Scorpio season, maybe it's every water season. I don't, whatever it is for you, right? But you're starting to recognize that there's definitely this karmic thing that shows up for you to evolve during this particular time, or during this moment in your, you know, like certain situations, and they seem very, very familiar in nature. It's even if it's a different person, but it's the same lesson. That person was sent to you, same lesson, different person, right? You know what's really interesting is you can really create a lot of stuff from your imagination right now, but everybody's so wrapped up in the confusing negative aspect of what Scorpio season is giving them that they're not pulling back, relaxing, minding your own business, and just creating from your own space. That 9 of Cups on the 7 of Cups. And some of you aren't quite sure what it is that you want in life. Some of you aren't quite sure what it is that you're trying to manifest, and that's okay. It's going to become a little bit more clear in Sagittarius season, I promise, because that when that arrow points at something, it knows where it's going, right? So, remember that when you're really confused and you're trying to manifest from a place of confusion, it's never going to come out right. So you have to find that clarity within yourself, and you have to find that clarity not from your environment and all of the stuff from the outside, but if you want to manifest from a place within and create from a place within, allow yourself to this is necessary. This 4 of Cups is necessary. If you want to create, if you want to manifest through all of this this energy, pulling yourself away right now is necessary. I mean, it's true. And it's not that I don't want you to be part of a community or part of people or anything like that, but there are so many triggers, and maybe you need those emotional triggers in order to create too. I don't know. Some people do that. They're weird. They're not weird, but some people do that, which I find is a little, like, I don't want to create from a place of emotional distress. I'm not, but some people thrive on that. Like, what are they called? Masochists? Some people like, like, just hurt me so I can make some better music, or just hurt me so I can, be a better artist. You're finding the strength within and the resolve within to create your own 10 of Cups, creating your own happiness from your own inner strength this weekend. And that's beautiful. The 10 of Cups on the Strength card, creating your own, and this is for long-term happiness. Yeah, and it's interesting. Ooh, look at that. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I feel like that I want to say, so for some of you, this is about a very connected relationship with somebody. Could be romantic, probably is with the Lovers there. But the 10 of Swords on Justice, I literally heard, just let bygones be bygones. It's going to be painful, but you got to let it go. You have to let it go, because there is no justice in this right now. There is no sometimes you just have to realize, and for some of you, this means that the worst is over and you are gaining your footing again. You are gaining your balance again. You don't have to worry about anything. It's almost as if the karmic retribution is just going to happen. Like, you don't even have to try. You see? So, and with the Lovers, okay. And some of you are feeling really put out. Don't give your energy away to the 5 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles underneath the 5 of Pentacles. It's like, if somebody has left you out in the cold, they're not supposed to be in your life right now. That's just 100% a given. And you'll know, like, when a person's supposed to be in your life, they'll be there. They will 100% be there. But you continue to give your energy to a situation that constantly makes you feel negative. That's not going to help. That's not going to help you. It's not going to help the other person. It's not going to help anybody. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I may try and do a daily update or like an energy update sometime this weekend. If I don't, though, remember that the meditation is on Sunday, and we also have the 30-minute questions available. If you didn't get to be a part of the workshops, the 3 workshops that I gave, there is a replay available for purchase if you would like to get the replay of it. All of that information is in the description box, or just go to my website, fearlessintuition.net. I love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Please take good care of yourself. I'll see you soon.